Good evening, everybody. Look, thank you very much for the kind comments on my KGV collection and also my kangaroo collection. It's just great to be able to share my passion with like-minded people. We're going to go have a look at a fairly specialized collection. I call it specialized because I'm just concentrating on the one type of stamp. But like a lot of specialists, when you look at that one stamp, there's just lots of versions of it. So before we go on, I'll go through the catalogue and show you what the different variations of that is, and then we'll go look through the collection. But this is sort of true to me and true to my heart. I love this stuff. I hope you enjoy it just as much as me. Cheers. All right, you're looking at a DH-66 Hercules aircraft. First aircraft to be used on a stamp, an airmail stamp, and it was used in Australia to take all the different mail all around the world. And as I was collecting the stamps, I found these old pictures, and you just can't help yourself but get those as well. Now, I use the Australian Commonwealth Specialist catalogue. This is King George V, bronze and white. If we flip right to the back, there's a beginning of a normal collection past the KGVs, and we're looking at a 1929 to 1938, that's like 9 years, 3D airmail. This is what it looks like. But what you'll find is if you look in the catalogue, there's different variations. You've got type A and type B, and then in between that you've got cancelled to order, punctured official service, and you got different plates, and then on the next one you got more stuff, and then you have booklet stamps. And have a look at that. You've got the tip on the side. That's a plate variety, long wing they call it, long wing on plain, which is anywhere from $450 to $1,250. So when you collect these stamps, you have every single version of them. So I went along and I tried to find the very first type, and I got a mint, got a used, a cancel to order. And then I went, oh, I need to get the OS version of that type A, better get it used, and then cancel to order. And then we better get the booklet type A. So this is in the booklet, and you can tell there's a little dot, and there should be a dot up the top on the R. Can't really see it too well with this. You got another one there is used. Can you see the dot? Yeah, you can just make it out at the top there. And like people going blind and go, oh my God, but this is what made me really interested in it. I'll just point that dot out. It's right there. Tiniest little thing there. And then you got another one, and then the dot is at the bottom. Then you got the B-type stamp, and you work through, and that's how I sort of get a bit carried away that I have to get one of each. And I thought, all right, I've done that page. It took me a long time to collect that page. What do you do next? Well, you need to get hold of the early booklet. And there's a sheet pane of the booklet stamps, which I thought were quite nice. $675. That's the sort of greaseproof paper, and these little tearaways. I then did a search in the local library, and then you can start reading about the stamps and the first air services, which is quite interesting. And then you got the John Ash blocks of 4. And these were, they're valued at $175, but I didn't pay that. I paid a lot less. As we all know, you can get stamps a lot cheaper than what they're in the catalogues for. And they kept popping up, these things. Oh, now we start getting into a stamp that I love a lot of. SON, socked on the nose. See how perfect that is? Ipswich, Queensland. When I first got posted in defence, and this is where the true love of planes comes from, and my airmail stamps and everything, I'm in Air Force, 35 years, and one of my first major postings was Ipswich, or Amberley, which is just on the outskirts of Ipswich. So 1st of August 29. Look at that. And you've still got the John Ash piece at the bottom. I think what price there, I put $100. I mean, that there, you can name your price. You've got type B. that. And look at this, more soft on the nose. Very nice. Melbourne, Victoria, 19th of August, 33. Look at this one here. Narrogin. Look at that cancel. How crystal clear that is. That is beautiful. Look at that. Excellent. Soft on the nose. That, you just couldn't put a price on it. It's just so hard to come by, especially when you're collecting this stuff yourself. But you got a block of 4. I mean, it'd be more perfect if it was in the center of that cross, but really, it's beautiful. Another block. There we go. You strip of 3 with 3 cancels, soft on the nose. All right. Now, long wing on the plane. So as you probably be able to see, right here is the long piece there. So if you have a look at this one, there's no marking, but there you got the little wingtip. And that makes it worth $1,250. And then, like I have to get that in used. And then I found another used. I haven't found a cancelled order yet. I don't think I will ever find one. But every time I spot these, I pick them up, especially if they're below catalogue value. This is the vertical line. I don't know if we can... So basically, down the center of the stamp, there's a light vertical line. Now, this is a mint one, so this is hard to pick up. But I've got a whole heap of used versions. Let's see which one I can see it best in. It took me long. You need a magnifying glass and you need to look down, but there's a line all the way through. It's just not being picked up on camera, which is unfortunate. But they're worth $100, $175. Now this one is first day of issue. So when you start looking for stamps and you think, I know the first day issue is the 20th of May, and you come across a stamp, look at that for cancel. Socked on the nose, 20th of May, 29. Perfect. When I found that, I mean, like, it's missing a perf, a few bits and pieces, but that's just spectacular. How lucky. So lucky. And there's another one. And I've got prices on there, like, when I pass, I'll never sell them in my lifetime. Probably get buried with all these stamps. But if my family looks at selling them, as long as they get half the value for them or a quarter, at least they're not going to get ripped off. Here I found an upside down 1941, which I thought that was just different. What have we got here? Date of issue does not make sense. As a B stamp, so it's a very early B stamp. So you got A and B, and B's came out later. So I really need to research that a bit more. And then I got a whole heap of these stamps once. I bought like 30 or 40 in a bundle, and there was a blue one in there. Now a lot of the time when you wash these stamps, they go different colours, but then not very long after, probably 2 or 3 months after, I came across another one. So I don't know. I have to. Everyone I talk to is just saying, you must have washed it or you've done something to it or whatever, but that's a really different colour. So, I don't know. I've got it. I'll see what happens when I talk to other people about it. What else we got? Oh, here's a very green. Doesn't really come out on the camera. Black bottom wing, no lines. So now I've just started looking at different markings on the fuselage. So if you have a look, there's a little mark on the fuselage. So I'm just trying to, just there. So I'm just trying to find these things. But to prove it, you got to find it on multiple stamps. White marks on the letters of Australia. So if you have a look, I don't know if it's been scratched or anything. What we got here? Right wing missing colour. Scratch on U. Dot top right. Here's a dot on the top right on the outer border. So really, I just got to find more of the same. So I found these, but I've never found the same. So, it doesn't really mean anything until I can find 2 or 3 of the same. Booklet B, broken fuselage. That was the first one I found with something wrong with the aircraft. White mark on wing. Yeah, it's the left-hand side of the wing there, bottom. White mark on fuselage again, which just keeps it interesting. I just love the stamp. Then you got your plates, your booklet, blocks of 4 with plates. So this is all the A's. So they're worth what, $75 a box? Oh, 75, 125. Not sure what that means. Yeah. Oh, radio. One's been unhinged and one's hinged. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. B's, I've only got the 1 and 2 from 3. These are really expensive. How much is this one? Almost 175, but they'd be, as you can tell by seeing through that paper, would be hinged. So it'd be a lot more. I like this one. It's got a purple cancellation. Can't make out where that is yet. It's type B, 2 stamps. That's a nice one. Look at that. Socked on the nose. Just recently got that one. Then I found the same aircraft on a cigarette card on eBay. So DH-66 Hercules. So I thought I'd better get it. And I thought I'd get a second one so I could read the back. I think once you start collecting anything with stamps and you find things similar, you want to purchase them. Look at that. Nicely done. All right, what do we do next? Right, and then we just, things you pick up on eBay. Got the plate numbers on them. As you can tell, a lot of this is not filled out yet. It's when I get time to do it. I don't want to rush through this, you know. I love getting up in the morning, have a cup of coffee and going, you know what? I'm going to spend an hour on my stamps and just do it nice and casually and easy. I don't want to get it all done and then be sitting here going, oh, I can't do anything with my stamp collection. Look at this, first day cover. No one knew that was for sale on eBay. 20th of May, 29. I think it cost me like $15. Had no idea. I mean, that's the thing. Once you specialise, I just know that the first day of issue came out that date. So you just pay attention. And then, probably a couple of months later, look at this. 1 day after. So second day of issue. Hey, it's not worth as much as the first day of issue, but I think that's pretty cool. So put it in the book. Then I found this envelope that's used. It was sold at the same time. Put that in there. Paper. There's Alan. It's a bit dark. I mean, the cancel's a bit... I love the cancel. Socked on the nose. Just very dark. Covers the stamp up a bit too much, but still nice. Strip of 4. Bit of toning. Which is a shame. I like this. Tag, airmail, Perth. Proper dates and everything. There we go. It's on an envelope. I've got another album full of these envelopes as well. I go through those. Block of 4. You must be thinking, oh my God, Jeff, why have you got so many of the same stamp? But I'm only just starting. Just love them. So here, like, you start looking at these blocks of 4s and you a broken frame, bottom right stamp, right upper side. So you start looking for little problems with each one or little defects and then try and match them up with other stamps. It's nice. And anything with socked on the nose. They look so nice socked on the nose. I think this might be my biggest block, these two. I tried to buy a sheet of them, but it's just ridiculous price. It went for, and I don't know, you can't really display them that easy. I don't want to hide things like this. Look at these, aren't they beautiful? Look at that. That is perfect. You just got to sit and appreciate that. Look at that, Murray Bridge. I mean, I remember going to Murray Bridge for my shooting for Air Force back in the day in South Australia. There's a shooting range out there for the Army. But look how perfect that is. Oh, that gives me goosebumps. That's awesome. That when you sell it, it's not a 10, 20, you know, you're willing to pay 30, 40 bucks for that. That's just beautiful. There's your next one. That looks beautiful too. Late fee. Now, a lot of these are booklet stamps as well, so a lot of them are mixed up. So some pretty expensive stamps because booklet stamps are worth more. But you just want to show them all off for this postmarks. And there's just more little bits and pieces. I just put these in here because look at that, not really centered too well. I just thought they looked a bit out of whack, so there's just some airmail stickers. All right, so then what do you do next? So because I love collecting them, I love socked on the nose, I thought, well, let's find as many socked on the nose for each state. So these are all New South Wales ones. Now I'm just thinking, I don't know if I want to put them in state order or in date order. I'd love to find every single date and mix all the states up, but I really like looking at, you know, weird town names and then looking them up on Google Maps. Because I'm in Air Force anyway, we get posted around, so I'm always sort of driving into a weird town when we're going to drive, and my wife's like, oh, why are we here? And I go, I've got a stamp that had an airmail postage stamp stamped here back in 1929. And a lot of you guys out there who are stamp collectors will be like, oh yeah, Jeff, I'd be there with you. I don't think the family really thought too much of it. Raymond Terrace, that's near Rough Base Williamtown. Let's go. I'm a bit slow on these because, you know, some of these are beautiful. So I really, you know, I look for, you know, the town, number one. I want to get a nice mark socked on the nose with the town in there. But I really like the date as well. Yes. If I can make the town out, I'll include onto these pages. Oh, yeah, these are just airmail. They're still nice looking stamps. But you can see, like in the airmail, so I'll just point this out, and I'm still learning this stuff. I mean, our day jobs just take so long, don't they? You got a 1 there, but the next one you got a 3. So I think it's 1, 2, 3. And then in Sydney you get different numbers as well. That's a 29. It's 29 Sydney. I think it's just different post offices. But there'll be a lot of smarter people out there with more time. I'm getting more time, so I'll be able to research this more. Thank God I did all my work now to collect all this stuff, but now I can spend a bit of time researching this stuff and reading about it. But I think after 40 years of collecting, probably longer than that, I'm 56 today, and I started collecting when I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old. And I saw my grandfather's collection, and I was just mesmerized, thinking that these things come from all around the world. Well, these ones particularly just around Australia, but they've gone across around the world. But the world stamps were like, wow. But I found collecting world stamps a little bit too much. I think just biting off trying to collect all the Australian stamps has been hard enough for my lifetime. And then I thought I'd specialise into these, and I'm now moving into states, which is another harebrained scheme of mine. Because if anyone's looked into states, trying to find a decent catalogue to figure out what each stamp is and what watermarks there are, it's crazy. So some of these stamps here, are just a bit hard to read at this stage. I've just recently bought them, so I have to decide, do I keep them here or move them to the back of the album? Victoria. Look at that, that's nice. See how clean and crisp that is? As you can see, I've got to fill out a few of these still. Ship mail. Use an airmail stamp and they post it via a ship. Look at that. That's nice, softer than those. Ship, ship, ship. There's more ships. The beauty about videoing all this and sharing my collection with people who appreciate it, I've now got a log. If anyone steals them, they won't be able to sell them. Because one thing about collectors, we remember good stamps. If we see them come up for sale, we know what collection they come from. Spent a few years in Victoria on posting. I think about 6-7 years. 2 different times. Been to a lot of these places. Drunk a few beers in Footscray. Baronia. Yeah, they're all a bit scratchy, these ones, aren't they? That's I remember buying that one. I like that one. And it's when I bought it, I didn't realise it's a B stamp, so it's worth more. I still got it pretty cheap. I was only really after it because it was soft on the nose. Q, you know, it's a hard town to get, but I mean, I can get the date off. As long as I get the town and the date, that's great, but I really appreciate when I can see the full circle. Caulfield. That's a nice one too. WA, that's where I originally was born in West Australia. I think everyone's born in Perth Subiaco Hospital. If you're born back in 69, you were anyway. Perth. So we put a lot of these, yeah. Carnarvon, Luna. Oh, here we go. Port Hedland, look at that. Crisp as. That one's not too bad. It's the town. Never heard of it, don't know where it is. I'll have to look it up. Port Hedland, Fitzroy Crossing, Kalgoorlie, Carnarvon. That's where my dad moved over from England. His first job was in Carnarvon. A lot of them. Onslow, Derby, Port Hedland. Oh, look at that one. Who can't appreciate that? I've just got an Osmo 3 for my birthday today, so my new filming will make sure that I won't be wobbling so bad. Marble Bar, Wynnum, Narrogin, Broome. Alright, next one. Yeah, I'm really now just trying to find Horse Creek, Whitaker's Mill. That there, no one's going to know where that is. If you go in between Donnybrook and Bridgetown, a little town called Kirrup, we used to live there, Kirrup Deli, we used to make all the homemade pies there. If you move out inland from there, there's a little place called Whitaker's Mill. There's a lot of Whitaker's Mills around the area, but I remember that, a little town, little post office. So I love that stamp. Horse Creek, Meekatharra, Carnarvon, Southern Cross, Broome, Carnarvon. Alright, some South Australian stamps. Councils aren't too good on this page. Oh, what's that one? Yeah, it's not too good. These ones are just the Adelaide stamps. I see they got 7 in each of those. 7. Yeah. Oh, here we we start moving into the towns. I stayed I was in Adelaide when I did my first rookies course for 3 months. Got used to drinking Southwark beer. These are Brisbane. Woongarra. First major posting was in Queensland. Longreach. Bundaberg. Winton. Cooktown, Townsville. Oh, Krakow. Camberwell. Some great towns. Great towns. Mount Isa. Toowoomba. Cooktown. Normanton. Tugu. Oh my God. Innisfail. See, like, how can you not collect these? I mean, I started collecting socks on the nose a good 10, 15 years ago, and be at least that now, if not more. And they were everywhere. No one wanted them. Everyone wanted clean stamps. Look at that. But now you just can't get them. Everyone's after them. And anytime you come across a sock on the nose, they want 2-3 times the stamp value. I wish I was quicker at doing it. I suppose it's a bit like state stamps. Oh, the amount of times I could have picked up state stamps so cheaply. I'll go through I bought a book of Queensland state stamps and just got them for $300. But I got a whole page of the ones with cracked plates. I couldn't believe it. But they've been tucked away for me to work through when I retire, which is very soon. Oh, Darwin. Just go through to those. None of these are really that good looking. Hobart. Oh, Tasmania. I mean, I just think back to the post office worker goes, you know what? I'm not going to stamp it on the side. I'm going to stick it right in the middle. Back in the day, a stamp collector would have went, oh, what are you doing? You're ruining the stamp. But these people have just made it wonderful for us. Because at least now we know where the stamps come from. I love these Canberra ones, FCT. Look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, Fingal, Tasmania. And there's some new ones I've just got to sort through. Some email cancels. So the plane. So every time I find a little plane put on them. So plain email stamp on top of a stamp, or an email cancel on a stamp. It's quite nice looking. And then I just leftover mint stamps. So I just pile them in here. Yeah, I think they're all type A. Just throw them in here. Because when you buy a lot of these stamps, they usually come together, cancel to order ones. And then type A, used, but these have got cancels on, I can't work out. But I'm going through them for errors and things like that. Plus they're beautiful, I just keep them. Normally, you buy them and they come in a group, 6 or 7 stamps, and one's got this cancel, so all the rest get thrown into here. Type A, more type A used. Just skip through these. If anyone ever wants to go through these a bit more, I can do that. It's just one. Oh, look at that, more. As you can see. Oh, there's some OS, used OS. Bit crazy amount, isn't it? All right, these are booklet type A, so $50 stamps. And as you can see, you can pick these things up really cheap. People don't even know. They don't see the dots. So the way you tell is you look for the dots on the top. So where the R is, you look either above the R or at the bottom below the R. There you go. You can see that dot. See the dot at the bottom of the stamp in the middle? That tells you it's a booklet stamp. Then you measure it using a measurer, and you can work out if it's type A or type B. There is stuff written that it could be a type C. I think I've got a couple of those, but I'm not going to fight with everybody about it. It's got a vertical line through the middle, but they're not good enough for the center of the book. Type B, mid unhinged. As you can see, the cost of them, not as many. There you go, cancel to order. And then all the type B stamps, which are worth $15 each. But as you can imagine, they're only worth as much as someone is willing to pay for them. I can tell you what, I didn't pay $15 each, and I don't think many other people. Oh, if they're in the center of the book, I would have paid a lot more than the $15 if they got it socked on the nose. But we're all like that, aren't we? OS. Problem with OS stamps now, official service, you don't know if they're properly stamped or you got these people out there trying to rip you off. Booklet, B booklet, how much are they worth? $75 each. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. Oh, a couple more down the bottom there. And there's a couple more. Oh, here's the, what's that? A type B booklet stamp on an envelope. $250. Oh, here you go. It's a booklet A stamp, vertical line through it. 300 plus. So I've said that plus because there's none recorded anywhere with a price. Well, this one here is just been this. This one's included because I picked this one up with a bundle. $400, probably because of the stamp there, KGV. And 60 Airmail is the stamp that's worth more in this envelope. It's nice. England. Ipswich, England. There you go. Well, there you guys. That is my favourite collection. It's taken me many years to collect. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll do another video shortly with my Australian collection. Thanks a lot. Cheers.